Okay, so today is 23 January, Sunday. Time and temperature check is, I believe it's about 12:45. And I think it's about 33 degrees, 34 degrees. Let's take a look at the sky. Yep, never mind. Yeah, we can see that back there. Pretty foggy. It's cold. So I've driven the Chevy a few times and I've noticed that the gears are a little bit loud. Don't know if it's in the transmission or the transfer case, but I did do a fluid check, a gear oil check on both, and the transfer case is pretty devoid of gear oil. I haven't put more than 3 miles on this truck since it's been here. So today we're gonna pull the tower of the transmission and take a look inside. When I did do the gear oil check on this a couple of days ago, there was a vanilla milkshake. Not the kind I'd want to drink, but there it is. So let me get my air ratchet, 9/16 inch wrench, and 9/16 socket and an extension, and we'll get started. Okay. All right. What's happening, mister?
I'm just coming back from breakfast with Mitch and friends.
Nice.
That's it.
You want a milkshake, a vanilla milkshake to go with your breakfast?
I think I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
I had a Bloody Mary.
Oh, very nice. See ya. That was my neighbor. Anyway, let's go this way. There we go. So, these bolts aren't very tight, so just crack them loose. And then I can put the air to them. So I'm going to stop this right here because it's going to get loud. Okay. Reposition the camera so I don't knock it off the seat. All 8 bolts are loose. The tower just lifts off nice and easy as you please. Look at that. That's, oh, that had fallen down. That wasn't in there. Not much gear oil left in there. The gears don't look to be too worse for wear, but you can see the water inundation. It's probably just from moisture not running the truck, not getting the transmission hot. So I'm going to stop the video and make another adjustment. Pull the drain plug, and it's kind of goopy. Kind of looks like a mocha in here. Wow, that's pretty awful. I think what I may do is reinstall the tower, mix a bit of gasoline with some oil. I have some 1540 engine oil, and use that as a cleaner, and then drain the oil out of the transmission again. That's awful. So gonna let that drain out a bit. Alright, so here's what I did. I disconnected the drive shaft to the rear axle from the transfer case. Put the tower back on the transmission. I have some really nice worn lockout hubs which are disengaged. The gear oil that was in the transfer case was really thick and really black, and I'm sure that it was the wrong grade. You need to have 75 W90 in there, and it was way too heavy. So part of it came out, and a combo of WD-40, Marvel Mystery Oil, and gasoline went into the transfer case. The transmission has half a gallon of 1540, a quart of gasoline, and a quart of ATF in it. So I've had the engine running and fire it back up. I got a little piece of wood chalked in there so that the idle is fast. I'm going to set the camera down just for a moment. So she's in third gear now. I'm holding the clutch with my hand. Want to watch the output shaft spin. So the truck isn't going to go anywhere. Parking brake is off. drain both transmission and transfer case and take a look at what's going to come out. Luckily, there wasn't any surface rust in the tower of the transmission, which is nice. So anyway, be back. All right, so I let her run for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and while she was running, I dumped the gear oil that was in there, and it turned out to be, man, they're pretty nasty. The real dark stuff is what came out of the transfer case. So, just getting the camera set up here. Let's see what comes out now. I have a little magnet that I'm going to put up inside the drain plug. Yeah, that's better. Perfect. Let's see if there's any crunchy stuff. No. Excellent. Yeah. Perfect. The drain plug does have a magnet on it, and I'm just dabbing it off. Yep, good. Nothing nasty crunchy in there. This exercise hasn't been performed since I installed new seals in the transfer case in 2009 for the nice person I was putting this truck together for. He was a piece of work. Dick. Anyway. Okay, so that's good. I wish all of my plugs, fill and drain plugs, were brass like this. I'll have to find a whole bunch more. Okay, so that's snug. Put the fill plug back in temporarily. Now I'm going to turn over and get underneath the transmission here, and we'll see what kind of stuff comes out of there. Okay, let's have a look. Hopefully this ain't gonna splash too hard. I really don't want to wear gasoline. There we go. That's nice. Looks like a strawberry milkshake now. Good. Okay, we're going to do the magnet trick again. Excellent. That was just a clump of junk. Good. All right, so I'm just gonna let that drain some more like that, and button her back up. So, be back in a minute. All right, so that wash was good. This is the underside of the tower. You can see the shift rods and everything. When I went through this transmission, it was in excellent condition. For a 41, 42, and it's still in really good condition. I'm really happy to see that there isn't any surface rust on the inside of the cast iron case there, nor is there any rust on the shift rods, the throw rods, and the shift forks. Now let's look at the transmission. She looks really good in there. This is the hub gear between 4th and 5th gear, and when these teeth get worn down from crashing the gears together, it won't stay in gear. And the same thing, let me see if I can get pointed down a little bit more. There we go. The same thing, come on, okay, with these little teeth here engage inside 4th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 1st reverse, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Also inside this gear, the main shaft is in 2 pieces. There are 36 needle bearings, and the two parts in this transmission that wear out the most are the needle bearings and that hub gear right there. So I found 2 hub gears like 6 years ago before I moved up here to Washington State. They were a little spendy, 65 bucks. They were over there in the Netherlands, and I have 2 sets of needle bearings. Other than that, this transmission, this is an AS-T93 made by the Warner Gear division of GMC. These transmissions are really tough, but those are the 2 consumable points inside the transmission. So I'd like to find a spare. It's always good to have a spare on hand. So I'm going to put the drain plug back in the bottom and clean the surface of the body of the transmission, and maybe I'll put some gasket sealer on the top, reinstall the tower, and install some gear oil. the transmission, the transfer case. So I'll be back